Hey everybody, I wanted to make a real short video here, just explaining why the phenomenon of hearing voices and the targeted individual phenomenon in general is actually perpetuated by some kind of extraterrestrial artificial intelligence. Um, and That relates to a childhood experience I had. When I was a child, around 8 or 9 years old, I was confronted in the backyard one night by a spherical orb above my head. And I don't remember much about the experience other than to say it was unforgettably strange, alien, and not a good feeling. Actually, it was an awful feeling. I can't describe it. Um, there was a grinding sensation. Maybe there was a noise as well. I don't remember, and it felt as if something was trying to encapsulate my head while simultaneously remaining outside of it. It was um, hovering above my head, uh, but never came more than a foot or so away. Um, but it felt like it was trying to get in my head or encapsulate my head is the best way I could describe it. I heard voices at the same time and felt like something was communicating with me telepathically. And it actually looked like a hologram. It was translucent. So I was never, I wasn't sure at the time if it was just my imagination. When I ran back home scared, I never really knew what to think about it. It wasn't until 26 years later, at age 34, when I began hearing voices that couldn't possibly be coming from my own head. They were too sophisticated, intelligent, and manipulative to possibly be coming from some part of my own brain. And several months in, I had a flashback to the childhood experience when it used one of the voices I heard during my childhood encounter. I then realized it was the same exact entity. The constancy of the voices, the systematic rotation of the voices, and the complete lack of something called speech disfluency. You can look that up on Wikipedia. But that is basically um, everything that makes normal human speech imperfect. Those imperfections are completely missing in this speech. Um, and that was what led me to conclude that this was an artificial intelligence that just uses multiple voices to appear as something other than it really is. I think it's the world's oldest and greatest false flag operation. It's trying to pretend that it is, um, uh, you know, either government or gang stalkers or demons, as it did in the past, back when the world was religious. So it's trying to appear other than it is, and now it has modern psychiatry diagnosing these as auditory hallucinations, some aspect of psychotic disorder. When in reality, hallucinations, neither auditory hallucinations nor any type of psychotic disorder is demonstrable by brain scan or genetic testing to this day. Um, Anyways, uh, hearing voices like this, it's consistent with all the accounts of people experiencing the phenomena labeled as remote neural monitoring, V2K, or electronic harassment. The only difference is that this AI has managed to convince all of them that it is some alleged human technology, which in reality is far from existing yet. And what this thing does is it controls the part or stimulates the parts of the brain involved in persecution and paranoia, such that every coincidence, every um, suspicion, every strange look, um, every negative interaction you have with other human beings is tied into some kind of grand delusion. And that's why it's so powerful. This thing has immense control um, over at least a, a portion of the population's uh, brains. It is really mind control, as it has been rightly called. And I just wanted to point out why my personal experience um, leads me to conclude that it's in fact some kind of extraterrestrial AI. I really appreciate everybody listening. Thank you.